We do need the story of my favorite and the one why we're sitting here today. The church terrorism.
Terrorist attack?
Yeah.
Not actually a terrorist attack.
That
sounds crazy.
Isn't that what they said it was?
Yeah.
That's what they said it was.
So we used to go to these, when I was in the cult, my parents would send me to church camp every year. And
that also sounds so like gay boy fantasy.
I wish.
It wasn't?
Actually, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. It sounds like it.
Yeah, so that part was fun.
Yeah, but yikes on the...
Yeah, no, the rest of it was rough. But we had... So one of the times that we were there, and I talked to my mom about this recently, because I remember coming home from church camp and telling her about this happening, and she was like, "Oh,
so she didn't even know."
No, none of the parents knew. But even back then, I remember my mom's reaction when I told her this happened. She was like,
I think it's happened to several people though, because I saw this girl on TikTok talking about a similar.
I posted about it on TikTok, and a ton of people were like, "I was there." Like, yeah,
girl, not your kinfolk.
Yeah, literally, it was crazy. Yeah, I still think it's weird that my mom's reaction was like.
Do you think she was lying? Well, because it was a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, no, she was like, that was unacceptable. Like, I'm
it was.
still angry that they did that to you guys. And I was like, oh, wow. Okay. That's a first, Mom. Like,
you care about me a little bit?
Like,
Wait.
You know? But, so we went to this church camp, and the third and last day that we were there, we had this, like, it was called the Shake Shack, or not the...
It's a sleepaway camp, so you're sleeping there.
Yeah, we were there for three nights, 4 days, I think. And then the third night that we were there, I was at the snack shack and with my friends, and all the camp counselors started driving around in golf carts, and they were all like, "Everyone needs to get to their rooms, their cabins immediately. Close the doors, close the blinds, everything."
And how old are you?
This is serious. Like no one there was over the age of 12. I think I was
little
babies.
Like,
yeah, like tiny. Like, and I'm talking like probably age like was it kindergarten? Yeah, kindergarten.
Kindergarten's
to, like little kids.
That is little.
Like
you're barely like
because they would split up the camps into like, well, we weren't with the little kids for like most of the camp. They were like separate from us, but they would like be around, and then they'd have like the older camps were like it was like a different week. But the oldest had to have been like 12 years old. I think I was probably around there, like maybe 10.
Little baby Landon.
And so they started driving around on their golf carts, and they were telling us, like, everyone needs to go to their cabins immediately. Like, this is an emergency.
Is it over
serious.
like a...
Like, yeah, they have like loudspeakers and stuff. And so everyone, like, went to their cabins, and we were still, like, kind of, like, just joking around, not taking anything seriously.
Yeah.
Because they were serious about it, but they were still kind of just, like, all right, everyone get to your cabin. Like, you
could
tell, like,
yeah.
if it was an
emergency,
like,
it'd be like,
it would have been a lot more serious. But, like, they still tried to make it seem that way. So we were all in our cabins, and, like, we were all, like, you know, I was with all my friends, and we were all just, like, being stupid, like, doing what boys, like, pillow fight, whatever sort of thing. And we weren't taking it seriously. And then our camp, like, what's it called? Like, the
camp leader,
like, came to our room, and he was like, you guys have to stop this right now. Like, this is serious.
Cut the cameras, sister.
This is not a joke. Like, you guys need to take this seriously. And then they went around in the golf carts again, and I remember seeing the guy that actually set it up.
Fuck him.
Yeah,
fully. Literally. I wonder where you... jail.
I know his name. I don't want the... Yeah, I'm not going to do that right now. But I saw him driving around with his kid and his wife in the golf cart, and I saw them, like, laughing, and I was like...
What's happening?
This is, like... That's when I was like, this is not, like...
normal.
If this was serious, like, they would not be
You're not laughing.
So I was like, okay, what's going on, you know? And they told us all to, like... single file walk down to the outside, like the amphitheater, not to talk, like no laughing, no talking, like complete
single
silence.
file is crazy work.
And none of my friends and I were taking it seriously because we were just like, if this
you're
was,
also like 10 and 12.
Yeah, we were. I think it was like pretty intuitive for the age, but I was a child, so I was like,
whatever,
like, whatever, So we're like going down to the amphitheater, and we all get down there, and it's kind of like we're all just like sitting down there for a little bit, and they like turn off all the lights. It's like sunset.
Girl.
And the camp counselors like keep going around and telling everyone like we need to be quiet, like this isn't a joke. And then I started to be like, okay, what's happening?
Why are we all out in public if we need to be quiet?
Like,
girl, it's a bunch of kids.
I mean, that's part of the reason too that I was kind of just like,
what's happening?
I was little, but I was like, this doesn't seem right for this to be like an emergency. What are you?
Why are we out here? Yeah.
You know?
Why are we out?
Excuse me. So we're all like sitting there outside the theater, or like in the amphitheater, and the pastor comes up, the one that like decided this was a good idea, and he's like, so we brought you all down here today because we need to tell you that there are they're anti-Christian terrorists in the area, and they're looking.
What
for
is
us.
that? What is an anti-Christian?
Like Christians, like especially evangelicals, love to pretend that they're
getting attacked,
like, oppressed.
but they're the ones that are attacking
they're like
people.
The majority
they're
of people in America. Like, come on,
yeah,
like, you guys are fine. They love to like pretend to be martyrs and to like pretend like they have actual issues when they literally like pretty much control everything.
Well, they're the
like,
ones that are going into places like terrorizing other people,
they're the
being
ones that
like,
are, like
you're not
actively making laws, like to like control people's bodies and their lives, like.
But they're all coming to get you guys. That's crazy.
Yeah,
You're 10.
This just shows you like it's taught, like it's ingrained from a young age.
Yeah.
Like that we are the victims. Like everyone's coming for us. Like we are, everyone hates us. Like, and it's not. Like, when's the last time you heard of like anti-Christian terrorism? Like, what about the Crusades? Like, who was it then?
Who's going into these people? Like all the churches or not the churches. Like there's a really famous witch talk situation that this girl opened like a new witchy store, and like a whole group of Christians got together, or Catholics, I'm not sure, and they like were like going through her store like screaming, praying. It was like weeks long. Granted, she ended up on top.
When you're outside of, I mean, to anyone really, I feel like any rational person, but especially when you're outside of it, it just gives.
What are you doing? Especially because you're not like you're not preaching the word of. If anyone wanted to switch over, that's not the way to do it. But like no like other religion is going around and doing that.
No, like what was the shop doing? Minding their business.
They were, but it's just like standing outside of like the abortion clinics, and they're like, anyways.
But yes, they told us that, and I was just like.
They're coming?
Yeah.
Who? How many?
Like, okay, Paul Revere. Like, but yeah, they're in the woods right now. They're looking for us, and then that's like.
Then why are we outside?
Really?
Okay.
Well, I mean, I think they knew like these are kids. Like they're stupid.
Yeah,
like,
I would have just been screaming, throwing up.
And the theatrics, I gotta admit, were crazy.
They were good.
Still crazy.
Well, they were good in the church. Yeah.
But like when he said that, we started hearing like shouting and gunfire in the woods.
Girl,
like, around us.
Not the budget. That's where they're tithing for.
Like,
that's where they're taking the tithe.
I mean, I was a child, so I'm probably remembering it like a lot more.
Well, but that's the point. They were doing this to kids trying to scare them.
But I have a really good memory, and I still remember like the theatrics being like up here. Like they went.
They practiced it. Yeah.
We heard like screaming in the woods. Like we heard like I think it was probably fireworks that they were doing to sound like gunshots.
Well, you're a kid. You don't know what a gun sounds like.
No,
or a pew pew. I don't think we're supposed to say that word
Missouri
on TikTok.
Too, like the
Missouri. So maybe it was. They were just into the air.
They were just
girl.
Like the most redneck. Like,
no, that's what it gives.
It could have been that. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't put it past them since I did this. But we started hearing like all the gunshots or whatever, and
the rustling in the trees.
They basically told us like it's like when Christians say like they talk about. Actually, I'm not gonna bring that up. But like they were saying like, would you like if someone like threatened to kill you for like saying that you believed in God, would you tell them that you did?
Hello?
Like because they're
asking babies?
They taught us that from a young age, like even in the face of death to like stand behind God. And I would have been the first one to be like, nope, I don't believe like
I'm good.
no, I don't believe in that.
Self-preservation should be a thing that like all religions should teach you. Why would you be like,
that? But kids especially for that matter. It's just weird. It's just like manipulation, abuse, and like what's the word? Like
I feel like it's very cult like.
So eventually like they were telling us that we had to be quiet, and some kids like were in their like hero era and decided to like stand up and start singing hymns and stuff.
No.
And, like, yeah, and the counselors were going around and like telling them like, no, you have to sit down. Like they're gonna hear
singing
you. Like,
hymns.
Yeah, they were like singing songs and stuff. Like,
oh
so
my
the
God.
counselors are going around like telling people like they're gonna hear us. Like you have to be quiet. And then eventually like 2 or 3 SUVs pull up with men in like body armor. Like it was probably like again I was a kid.
So it was like a costume.
Party City like costume. But they pull up with like guns. Like it was like an assault rifle, which I would hope it was probably fake. Like definitely.
Let's hope.
I specifically remember the guns. Because they were like, how they do in the movies where they're like on the side of the
girl,
SUV,
that
like,
is so cunty. Also, like
up, and they like drove up to the amphitheater, and these men
they're like
guns,
hanging outside of the car.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
They all jumped off the SUVs and they start running up and down the stairs of the amphitheater, like telling us that we're about to die and like saying that asking kids that they believe in God. I remember specifically one little girl. She was like she had to have been like no older than like 7. Pissed herself. because she was so scared.
Oh my god!
Yeah, like kids are screaming.
No, that's got to be
crying.
like actual genuine trauma.
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
Because you don't know the difference. You're just a baby.
I mean,
like literally.
luckily, my friends and I were like, "Come on,
Girl,
like,
yeah,
what is this?"
cut the
But then,
camera.
like,
But
she
7
doesn't
years
know the
old.
difference. Like, she's
And
like,
you're also
they're, like,
probably
screaming
very
in her
sheltered,
face,
yeah.
like telling her she's about to die. Like, what did you think? What, like, and I think I remember her. Either it was the counselor or her mom was sitting there holding her. What are you doing?
Your mom?
You're letting your kid, kid be, like, subjected to this?
And also
like,
then like when you find out later
that
that
is
it wasn't true,
disgusting.
it would be the exact opposite of
all the parents and counselors were in on it.
They never said anything.
No, nobody thought there was an issue with that.
Crazy.
Like
No,
they were all
that's
just
crazy.
like, yeah, this is okay. You know, let's
We
scare
have to
our
like
kids
scare
to death.
them into
That's all it
submissive.
is. They like operate off of fear. That's how they get people to
Not
stay
like
in.
faith, not just like here
No,
if you
it's
want to
pure
believe.
fear.
That's crazy.
I remember one of the evangelists that my dad brought into church because we used to do this thing called outreach, and we would like go out to the streets and like bother people.
Of
basically.
course, yeah. Of course. I can see.
Like, oh, I hated it. I hated it so bad. Like, I wanted nothing to do with it. My dad forced me every time.
No.
But I remember the evangelist that we went with
Preaching
one
the
time,
word.
who was like, he was like basically like the Billy Mays of like evangelicalism. Like he
Billy Mays has me up a wall.
he likes to, like, he had like the best
His eyes.
strategies for like bringing people in, you know. And his go-to like line when we would go up to people was, "Do you want to go to heaven or hell?"
Girl.
That's how he would start it off. Like, that's such like, what are you doing?
Do you want to pay my bills?
Yeah, like,
What are you talking
that's 'cause
about?
That's how they get people. Like, it's to scare them.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if you don't believe in this, you're going to hell. Like, and it didn't help that we were going into like the most impoverished communities, so like they knew that these people were vulnerable,
scared,
and like they give kids candy, like to get them to go to church
with a script on the back,
or like a little the address to our church, like
right.
Crazy. Anyway, yeah, so they they did all of that, and then like at the end of the terrorism attack,
yeah,
they were like, so all the kids are like crying and stuff.
Girl.
And they were like, well, we just want to tell you that it's okay. None of
Is it?
They're like, it's okay. None of you are in danger. Like, this wasn't real. This was just this was a simulation. It was a lesson to show you what it's like for Christians that are oppressed in other countries. This is what they go through every day. And I like
where?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it happens, but like I can't remember the last time I heard of that happening to Christians. Like, it's usually other people. I feel like.
Maybe we're wrong. People in the comments would be like,
Christians are like actively doing that to like, well, we won't get into that.
Right? But. I'm like, but either way, that's insane to be like, this is going to happen to you here in America. Y'all are doing it to other people, maybe. What's happening?
Like I said, luckily I wasn't like, I didn't like,
believe it.
I didn't really believe in any of it. Like, honest to God, like not trying to be like, oh, I'm so
no,
hard.
but like
really, I never fell for it. And then like I got home and I was like telling my mom,
what is going on? Yeah.
Yeah, did you know they faked like an attack? And she was like, what? And I was like, yeah, they like brought these men in with like guns and stuff and like SUVs and like
that's insane.
They were like shooting them off in the air. And my mom was like, what? Like, what camp did I send you to? Like,
no, literally.
Like, yeah.
Scare submit, yeah.
And
I have heard somebody on TikTok talk about that.
Nothing came out of that. Like, I would have hoped that some of the parents would have.
Why would they though? They're all like wrapped around it.
Yeah, I remember like telling my mom about it though, and she said that like. There were a lot of parents. She remembers a lot of parents being angry about that. So I don't know if anything ever came out of it. My parents,
maybe
I still
that was
remember
the last
being
time
around
they did
that
it.
pastor, like after the one that like led the whole thing.
Right. His wife that was laughing.
Ever being in any hot water for that, but like maybe he was. I don't know. It was when I was a kid, so I obviously wouldn't have heard about it.